Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jake. This is my first YouTube video I'm making. I just started this channel, so I appreciate you guys for checking this out. They say when you start up a YouTube channel that you should pick something that you're passionate about. To me, I'm a big fan of music. I play guitar, so I wanted to make a video here on the band Phish. I've been following them around, going from show to show when they do tours. I'm doing this entire upcoming fall tour here, so that's what this video is going to be about. Just a basic overview of the entire tour. So we'll be talking about where I'll be headed, the distances I'll be driving, and just some of the tour costs along the way. So you can see on the screen, I pulled up a map of the entire overview of the drive here I'll be making. And I'm from Connecticut, so we're going to be starting things off over there, and we'll be heading from there up to Providence. That is on the Friday after Thanksgiving, and they're doing 2 shows up there, so that'll be Friday and Saturday. The driving distance for me is 56.5 miles, which is a 52-minute drive. I'll be making that specific drive 3 times, and this is gonna be the Friday after Thanksgiving, so there might be some traffic. I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna try to get up there early. Then the place we're headed to here is called the Dunkin' Donuts Center. It is also known as the Dunk. The capacity of it is 11,000, which is pretty modestly sized compared to other venues Phish has done. They played Madison Square Garden. They put on their own festivals in the summer where it's literally just them playing, and there's, you get 60,000 people at those shows. Tickets will be relatively hard to get. Luckily, I already have my Saturday. I still got to get my Friday ticket, but I'll probably just go up there and try to find it on the lots. That's the first 2 shows of tour. After that, we're heading down to Nassau, which is on Long Island. It's technically Uniondale, New York is the name of the town. And we're going to the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, also known as just the Coliseum. And that's going to be a 187-mile drive, and that's going to be for 2 hours and 47 minutes. Luckily, I only need to do that 1 time. And the capacity of this venue is 14,500. And the big thing about this show to me for travel is that it's on a Sunday. This is the Sunday after Thanksgiving of all things. Regular Sunday, it's whatever. Everyone's going to be traveling. It's the weekend of Thanksgiving, the end of it, so people are going to be headed back to where they're going to, and especially you have to go through New York, which is right next to it. So it's going to probably get a little cluttered up there in the daytime. So my plan is just to leave straight from Providence, right down there, and then just not have to worry about it for the rest of the day, hang out around there, do what I got to do. And then after Nassau, we're headed to the Met. See, this is an interesting show because when Phish first announced this tour on August 13th of 2019, they announced 7 shows, and you could buy tickets to all of them. They're just your regular run-of-the-mill shows. The thing about the Met here is that it's a Sirius XM show. See, Phish got a channel set up on Sirius XM, and apparently part of the contract is that they need to play a show for Sirius subscribers. This show is going to be entirely for just giveaways to subscribers. They're giving away on the radio station, and you can get them through email one way or another too. I don't know all the specifics about it, but apparently you need to have been a subscriber before October 6th or October 10th or something like that. So you can't just sign up now and try to get tickets. It's going to be really hard to get. So the really interesting thing about this venue is that it's a 3,500 person capacity, and that is the smallest show that Phish has played in over 2 decades. It is at the Metropolitan Opera House, also known as the Met, and it is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So the drive to get there from Nassau is 122 miles, which is about 2 hours and 9 minutes. And that is on the 3rd, so you get a day off in between the show in Long Island and this one. So I'm planning on going to this show. Highly doubt I'll be able to get in. The only way to get tickets is, I said, to call in, and even if you win them, you can't sell them to anybody. There's no physical tickets, so there's no way I could buy tickets to this show. So if you win them, you can bring a buddy with you. You win 2 tickets, they come in pairs. And basically there's no physical tickets. You're put on a guest list basically. So you show up at the venue, they let you in, and you get to go to this really intimate, super small show, which is like the Phish fans' dream, really. So I'm doubting I'll be able to get into it, but you never know. Maybe they'll be giving some away at the door. I have no idea. I'm just gonna go there because what else do I have to do for that day? I'm gonna go up there, and then worst comes to worst, I'll probably find somewhere there'll be a listening or a watching party in one of the bars or something. I'll go hang out over there. So that is the Met. So after the Met, we're gonna be heading to the Peterson Event Center. This is on a Wednesday in the middle of the week. It's out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So it's about a 4-hour and 46-minute drive, which is, 304 miles or so. And this is the day right after the Met. There's no day off in between. Capacity of this venue was 12,508, so it fits right in there with the other show's capacities. But the interesting thing about this show, it's on a Wednesday in the middle of the week, completely off the beaten path, like all the way out in Pennsylvania from all the other shows. And Phish tends to treat their fans well that go to shows like these. Hopefully you see some, unique unique bust outs, some really rare songs they don't play normally, or maybe some interesting jamming that they don't normally do. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but I'm hoping this will be a really good show of the tour. So after the Peterson Event Center up in Pittsburgh, we're headed down to the North Charleston Coliseum in South Carolina. This is a 649-mile drive for a driving time of 9 hours and 57 minutes. And we're gonna have a day off in between these shows, and it's gonna be from the 6th to the 8th. So it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday run. The capacity of this venue is 13,295. These tickets are extremely hard to get, honestly. I've been checking them out on Cash or Trade and various other websites and stuff, and they've been marked up on all of the third-party resale sites. But Cash or Trade, there's not too many popping up. It's the closest to the South show out of all the other ones they're doing. It's pretty, getting down to the South. And for all those Southern fans on the East Coast, this is the closest one to them. So the demand is just going to be pretty high for these. And people have been saying you might be able to get them at the show, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They're looking pretty close to sold out now, but where there's a will, there's a way. So that is for the 3 nights, and then after that, I'm driving back up to Connecticut, and that is a 837-mile drive for me. That's the longest drive of the whole tour I'm doing. It is for 13 hours and 27 minutes. So the total distance I'll be driving is 2,191.5 miles. That equates to 34 hours and 1 minute of driving time. And I'm just super hyped because the thing about Phish shows is it's like a sports game, You can go to every Yankees game out of the year and you're never going to see the same game twice. It's like that with Phish. They have never played the same set list twice in their career. And then they might do something like they'll pull out these random songs they haven't played in 30 years and chuck those into the show. Or maybe some expected song they play normally, they'll turn it into a 35-minute jam or something like that, complete improv. And that's the thing about Phish I really love. They just keep you guessing. You never know what's coming, and it's always a fun time. It's just a big party. Everyone has a great time, and everyone just treats each other really well. It's unlike any other show you go to. So now I'll be talking about some of the travel expenses I'll be paying along the way. This is strictly for travel. I'm not including food or shelter or anything like that. This is just getting from point A to point B and then going to the shows. So to start it off, I started calculating the gas for all of the shows. It's based on the average price of gas here on the East Coast. That is $2.476 a gallon. That is as of November 4th. So for gas, I'll be paying around $180.87. Now, the next thing I wanted to put in here was the cost of tickets for all of these shows. Now, it could be $5 or $10 off on the price of tickets, but this is basically what I'm paying for all of these shows, and I just wanted to put it in here in the included cost, because if you're going to be traveling all these shows, you're probably going to want to go into them. So for Providence, it's $80 a night, so I figure that's $160 for the first weekend. Nassau is $80 as well. And then the Met, which is probably a show I'm not getting into, but for all those that do, all the power to you, and you'll be getting in there for free. Peterson Event Center is $75, and the show down in Charleston is going to be $75 a night for 3 nights, which is $225. So the total we'll be spending for all of these shows is about $540. Again, this is just for face price, not including fees, delivery, anything like that. If you're getting tickets off of Ticketmaster and you're getting the platinum tickets, you're paying at least double for each show, and they're the same tickets as the ones I have. And then if you're going on a third-party resale site, you're probably going to be spending maybe 2-3 times depending on the show, Now, another expense I thought is kind of necessary for some of these shows is the parking prices. I'm going to be making these upcoming videos that are going to be going through each individual venue and talking about all the interesting facts about the venue, what food's around it, some shows that have been played there, parking that's nearby, hotels, all this basic, venue guide, you can call it, just information that you'd like to know for each venue. I'll be making those show by show and releasing them individually in the upcoming couple of weeks here before the tour starts. But from what I've researched from those is that for some shows, you're going to need to pay parking. There's just not really any other way around it. I'm one of those type of people that I'll go and I'll park 6 blocks away from the venue, and I'll walk down to the venue and see the show, and I'll walk back after. I have no problem doing that if it's free, For me, it's about just saving money and going to more shows versus paying for the convenience factor. But if you can afford it, I totally understand, if you have that extra $40 to spend, it's nice just to park right next to the venue and not have to worry about it. But for some of these shows, you're definitely going to have to pay for parking. And from what I figured from my research is at least $90 to $110 minimum for parking. So that brings us to our total expense here, and it's going to be $810.87. Keep in mind, this is just the basic expenses: tickets, gas, parking. Another great thing that I have is because I'm able to work remotely during all of these shows. I'll be going to McDonald's or Starbucks, bringing my laptop in there and just doing my work from there. Essentially, I get to get paid as I would normally, but I get to do it on tour, which is pretty awesome. Now, I'll be making this documentary throughout the tour, you know. I'll be bringing my camera and some audio equipment, and I'll be going around and just kind of filming interviews and just B-roll shots and kind of just capturing what it's like to go to an entire tour. I think it'd be something that might be interesting to some people and just kind of a passion project for me, so I'm not expecting to make any money on it or anything like that. Could be a decent way to start up the channel too, you know. It can't hurt, I guess, if all the Phish fans want to go and check it out. If you're interested in doing an interview, let me know down in the comments. I'll definitely get it lined up. Talk about just about whatever you want, you know, and then if you don't know what to talk about, I'll ask you some questions about some things. So that's gonna do it for this video, you know, just an overview of the fall tour. I'll be following it up with these other videos talking about all of the specific venues and more in-depth information you can get about each of those. We'll be releasing those in these upcoming weeks to tour, and then of course I'll be working on the documentary, so that's something I'm in development as well. So if you have any interest in that, hit me up. We'll get that sorted, and thank you guys for checking out this video. We'll see you on tour.